Surface areas and volumes. So today we are going to learn about solid geometry, that is 3D objects. Earlier we were learning about 2D objects like circle, rectangle, square, etc. But now we are going to learn about 3D objects like cone, sphere, hemisphere, etc. Then we will calculate the surface areas of those 3D objects as well as volumes of the 3D objects. So first let us get started with the topic. We have the first topic as 2D versus 3D objects. So what is the difference between 2D and a 3D object? So we have the first figure as a rectangle, and this is a 2D object. And then we have a circle, which is again a 2D object, as these figures can be represented on a planar surface. But suppose if we take the figure of rectangle and suppose we stack these rectangles one over the other. So what will we get? We'll get something like this. We are stacking one rectangle over the other, and therefore we are increasing one more dimension to it, that is we are increasing the height of. So we are giving it one more dimension, that is the height. So now this becomes a 3D object as now it has 3 dimensions. So these dimensions have length, breadth and height. So this is a 3D object. Now if we see a circle and we do the same with the circle now, then what we'll get is, suppose we stack the circles one over the another, we get something like this. So again now this becomes a cylinder as we gave it another dimension. So now this is considered as a 3D object and it has a dimension called height to it. Now the next topic that we are going to study about is some more 3D objects. So 3D objects look something like this. So we have 3D objects like cuboid, cube, right circular cylinder, right circular cone, sphere, hemisphere. So if we see cuboid, this is a 3D object and it has 3 dimensions to it. That is, it has the length, it has the breadth and it has the height. And these 3 dimensions are not equal to one another. So the measure is different. Now in cube, it also has LB edge, but in this, all the 3 dimensions are equal to one another. So we can say that this is also L, that is the length. Suppose we take it A and A. So all the 3 dimensions are equal to one another in case of cube. Now we have right circular cylinder. In this, what we have done is we have stacked the circles one over the other. Now it has got the 3rd dimension, that is the height. So it now becomes a right circular cylinder. Now we have the next 3 figures, that is the cone, sphere and hemisphere. These figures are complex as compared to the above 3D objects, as they are not formed with the help of any 2D object, but they are unique. So these are somewhat complex. First, like suppose we see the sphere. We have learned earlier that circle is a collection of points which are equidistant from the center. So similarly, sphere is a kind of 3D circle in which all the points of the sphere are equidistant from the center, and this is a 3D object. This can be compared to a ball. And if we cut the sphere into half, then it becomes a hemisphere.